Hello, it's me again. Again. um, Hope you all had a very pleasant weekend. um, I think I've got the TikTok thing sorted out. Uh, it's in its early stages, but if you are or you do have a TikTok account, you can find me if you look for John of Thrones. That is I. So everything that I'm doing here is going to be transferred on there anyway. But it might actually be strange at first because obviously for the first couple of videos, I'm uploading the ones that I've already uploaded here. So I might be saying now and again, hello Facebook friends, whenever it's on TikTok sort of thing. So hopefully that won't get me barred right away. But look out for it anyway. There'll be updates, and it won't be just these videos that'll be on the on the platform, because I'm going to stick up, some things about the artwork and music and whatever. So I was thinking about the artwork because I was at Lindsay's house the other day. We were talking about how great she is as an artist. Same with my wee son JJ. Both of them are my daughter and my son. Both got outstanding talent. And I've always said it, as definitely as far as Lindsay's concerned anyway. Whenever she was 17 or 18, she was far better, at art than I was at 17 or 18. Whenever I looked at her work, whenever, obviously when she was 17, 18, I don't think I was really involved in doing much artwork at the time, just sort of more or less concentrating on working and basically making sure Lindsay got through college or whatever it was that she wanted to do. But I remember looking at her artwork and going, it's phenomenal, it really, it is and was, and I wish she had still kept at it. But so she was sort of saying, that she and my son, because everybody sort of rants and raves about my artwork, so they'll go, well, you must you must take after your dad. But although they obviously do, in a lot of ways, they actually take after my dad, because I do, and that's actually where a lot of my not just the artistic talent. But did I say that? From the point of view of classing myself as having talent, but I mean my abilities in the artwork department stem from my dad, because he was one of those guys that was very talented as an artist. Went to the York Street School of Art whenever he was like 18, 19. But back then there were harder times, and he came from a family of 8 brothers and 2 sisters, and everyone had to basically pay their way, sort of thing. So my dad ended up working for a newspaper company on the Shankill Road, basically bringing a horse and cart up and down the streets, to sort of bring newspapers backwards and forwards. But it always sort of not that it niggled me, but because I always sort of just felt a sense of pride in knowing that whatever ability my dad had and has, he if he sees something that I'm doing, then it's because of something that he's passed down to me, and then hopefully I'll have been able to pass down to my daughter and my son. And if anybody's watching this who have had any experience of either Lindsay or JJ's artwork, you'll see that they're special. It just got me thinking about my dad in general, really, and how much I love my mum as well, and they're both in their early 80s now, so I'm very fortunate to have them both, but at the same time they are unfortunate enough to have a son that lives up in Belfast who doesn't go and see them as often as he should do. And it's strange because I've got so many friends, Um, Libby and Adrienne Logue and people, Michelle Townsend and stuff that all miss their parents, their mother, and I see it every day, you know, how, and mine are alive, and I should be appreciating them more every day, and I think I'm sort of doing this in some sort of way to sort of say I'm going to do it, because I can't put this up, on a platform like TikTok or Facebook that has like 2 billion people, and say I'm going to see you more often, mum and dad. Okay, I promise you. And then they 2 billion people asking me next week, well, did you go? But no, I used to go all the time. Whenever I was with Margaret, and we used to go every week, and my mum and dad used to live around the corner from us, and then I lived in Portafogie for a while, and I saw them every few days. But every time I see my dad or I think about him, I think back to the my very, well, basically whenever I was like unbelievably young, because I always remember having his hand when I was walking along the north bank or whatever of Craig Estate, and I must have been just about 3 or 4, and we had just moved from the Shankill to the Craig, and looking around at all this strange, but looking up at my dad and seeing this big familiar face, big dark moustache, no beard, but just a big moustache, and always feeling really safe and comforted, but with his, because he had hands like mine. And then I got knocked down one time. I remember a car playing football in the middle of the street at 5 or whatever in my granny's street. Car knocked me down, head gashed open. My dad actually carried me from the Craig to the convent, area of Annandale, where we then got transported to the hospital so I could get stitches and stuff. I still remember to this day the white sheets and stuff all going over me. But he actually literally carried me, like 3 miles. I was 5 or 6 or whatever at the time, so it wasn't as if he was just running with a wee baby. But that was the sort of him. That's what he would do, and he loved us. And obviously still does. And a lot of my memories of my dad are, they're all loving, really. I mean, as I say, he had the big dark moustache. And if I was ever watching a Western movie or a gangster movie or whatever, especially the Western movies, but if the good guy had a moustache and he was shot, I would always cry, because I always thought that the guy with the moustache was my dad, sort of thing. And I mean, just talking about where the artwork's concerned, I remember do you remember I was telling everybody in one of my previous blogs about room 14, the art room that I basically commandeered in Annandale, and if there were some particular